Ever since I was young, I've always had an obsession with anything with wheels, and if it had an engine, that was just a bonus. By 6 years old, I got my first motorbike. I would ride it around the garden pretty much all day. And of course that led to me buying more motorbikes and doing cafe racer builds or supermotos, pretty much whatever I could get my hands on at the time. This was perfect for the workshop size I had, but then around 15, 16, this is when I really had my passion for cars. I started off buying old bangers from mechanics that had failed their MOT and then fixing them up to sell them for a profit. And then later down the line, when I passed my driving test, I was able to afford nicer cars and start to modify them, which is what I really wanted to do. But my end goal is to be able to be rebuilding cars and fixing them up full time, being able to do what I love every single day. That is quite simply the big picture for me. However, my biggest issue being the UK weather. If you live here, I'm sure you know how it is, with half the year being in hibernation. So obviously the weather's not great, but it is also the location in which I work in. Yeah, this floor here is a big issue because, I mean, you just can't jack a car on that really, can you? It's just dangerous and it looks pretty hideous too. But as I show you around here, most of the materials should be fairly cheap if not free. So just down here we picked up 180 pieces of corrugated sheet tin for £180, which is about £1 a sheet. If you think about that, that is these days one of these sheets new is about £40, so that's saving us an insane amount of money. Also over here we've got some plywood, got a lot more stored elsewhere, but that was also free from a scrapyard, and we paid about £20 for 30-40 sheets or so, which once again is about 30 or £40 for one singular sheet brand new, so a massive save there again. This will really help us out in this project, otherwise that would have costed a whole lot more, at least 2-3 grand. So we've got the tin for the outside, we've got the plywood for the inside, and then we just need to buy the timber frame. To be able to transport the timber frame, I've got a van to be able to do that and put it on the roof rack. So I've never actually done a project like this before, but with the knowledge of my handyman experience, I feel like I should be just alright, and I have all the tools as well. So this is the current plan. In the green we've got my old workshop, the smaller one, and then the blue is my mum's workshop, and then the red space marks out the gravel outside the front of my workshop, which is the wasted area, and then just below that is the greenhouse. So the plan is to take out the end of my mum's workshop just here in order to be able to fit cars down there, and then the red area is going to be concreted and then turned into a garage and linked to my current workshop, as you can see in this diagram, where the car comes in and then parks right in that central area. And that's all there really is to it. Right, so that is all the cement that's been dropped off here the other day. Got 3 big old bags of ballast and then 15 bags of cement. Right, it's now just a case of getting everything set up really. I don't really know what I'm doing, which is great fun. That's I'm working it out as it goes, I guess. Got the edging that goes down here. This is the first bit that will be done. I'll start pouring. I've got the weather on my side today, so fingers crossed. Right, now most of the concrete has been done, it's time to clear out this jungle of crap so I can knock down the end of the wall where the two workshops will be joined. It is going to be a really boring task, however it does need to be done and it will be pretty satisfying, and yeah, as you can see it's already coming along pretty nicely. Right, so this is the point that we are trying to access just around here. When we come to destroy this part, just on the edge of this window here, it's going to be marked where it's going to be destroyed. As you can see outside the window where the concrete is, it will be coming through all the way here, knock through that bit. This bit here is going to be closed off by a wooden wall or something like that. And then, oh, birds just floating in there. Jesus Christ. Window, 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 window. Yes. Bang in. Absolutely incredible. Actually cleared this place out about a week ago and my mum has somehow already completely filled it up with crap. Right, now it's the part I've been dreading, which is removing this asbestos roof. This stuff is super dangerous if you breathe it in, so you're gonna have to wear a respiratory mask and all that business. I've also put this beam in here just while I take down these walls so they don't collapse. That is some progress. I'll actually use the old ceiling, put it onto this part where there's a hole, so it's covered up a leak. Finally, it's time for some demolition, but I didn't really kick things off great, as you're about to see. Ow! I'm not gonna... what was that? Yeah, so what I didn't realise is why everything's going a bit to shit is this needs to come out before this can come out. It explains a lot, so yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Huge point in the project, and also quite an easy one really. It's not too hard to do, it's pretty fun, but look at that. You can really see the space now where what we're trying to get to, where we're trying to go. But yeah, all of this tomorrow will be for me to pick up and get rid of, which should be great fun. Right, all concrete has been finished, thank God for that. And now it's the exciting part of starting to build the frame, which is going to be wicked. So what I'm starting off right now is just taking down the wall to my old workshop, so when I build the new frame, it can come together and join really nicely. I've wrapped some plastic at the bottom of the beam. This is just to stop the moisture coming up from the concrete and rotting it. So naturally, me being the genius that I am, I decided to put this up when there was a storm going on. So yeah, you can see it's just blowing absolutely everywhere, and the amount of times I have to staple it back in. But yeah, just don't do it in a storm. That's what I could recommend to you. That was extremely difficult to put that up because the weather has just suddenly turned. I mean, even trying to put the window up, it's got all the wind powering against you, so really, really difficult conditions. And now it's shutting it down. Horrible. The window's in and it's looking really good as well, so worth it really. Now that the main roof has been done, we can now start to focus on the walls. What I'm starting to build now is the main entrance for the workshop. This is where the cars will be coming through, and later on we will be building big front doors for the entrance. So I'm now going to be doing the merge of the two workshops, which is a really exciting bit, to be honest, because this is when the space like properly opens up. And how small this place used to be before, you know, struggling for size, and then now high ceiling, large area, and then both going to come together. It's going to be massive. I think I can't wait. It's going to make the space look so much bigger. Yeah, because right now it's just the wall just blocking. But yeah, it's gonna look so good. I can't wait. Next step to do is to wire in all the, now I've got all the covers on, we can actually wire in all the lights and things. For then when I put the boards in, I can actually see what I'm doing. It should be pretty easy to us. It's basically just taking the wires from the old workshop and essentially just extending them like you would with a plug, but hardwiring them. If that makes sense? I don't really know too much about what I'm doing, but I feel like it is quite self-explanatory. So these are the old electrics for the workshop, the old lights. And it's basically just extending the wires out to these places here and then moving the switch here from where it was originally here. Yeah, I don't think it should be too difficult, to be honest. It's really safe, obviously, because it's electrics. And then I bought these new lights here, are 1,000 lumens, so a lot brighter and use less power. I've already wired in one. I mean, yeah, look at that. Insanely bright, way better than these old ones I'm getting rid of. Yeah, and I put some sockets in as well, because obviously I need more out points everywhere of where I can plug in. Yeah, once all the lights are in, really, it means I can start boarding up the walls. It's gonna look really good. Yeah, just make it more of a usable workshop. Lush. First things first, I'm going to add in this new cable to the existing plug socket so we can extend it around the workshop. It's not too difficult, you just have 3 cables, your earth, your live and your neutral. I'm wiring in the new cable into the pre-existing socket, essentially just extending the circuit. From there I can route the cable to where I want the next socket to go. This is just a temporary mounting spot until the main wall goes in. Once again, adding in a new cable to the pre-existing socket. This is the old light switch that used to be on the wall from my workshop before I took it down. All I have to really do is just extend the wires to where the new entrance is on my workshop. Here I'm ripping out the old cables that used to run to the old lights, as well as taking out the old fixtures. Light switch cable's been run, I can start to wire that back in. With the cable coming from the light switch, I can start to run that along the ceiling and add in the new lights. lights are in, each light containing 1,000 lumens, which is about 10 light bulbs. And once the walls are painted white, this place is going to be looking like heaven. I've been really looking forward to is now coming up. What I'm going to do is actually start putting the boards along these walls now with all this free plywood that I've got. Looks pretty grim, I know, but we're going to sand it. I'll sand it and then paint it, and yeah, it'll look really nice. Let's go for a white colour, and that's when it will look all kind of bring together with the lights and everything. Be really nice in here and look fresh. And then we'll do the plastic flooring as well. But yeah, obviously it's going to do a lot of sanding and painting once they're in, but that's kind of everything finishing up in here, really. You know, just to finish that, nearly at the finish line now. It's also really good. It's going to hide all these wires. So obviously you put them behind the wall, put the board over, and then we can bring this, make a hole through and it'll come through. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on that, and then yeah, give you guys a little time lapse. Now it's time for a major cleanup because this place is looking like an absolute bomb after building it for the last 7 months. So a big thanks to my little cousin Raph for that. Finally time to actually start painting these walls. Got everything all boarded up, so that's all looking great, all covered. But yeah, this is going to be really good because it's just changed the whole place so quickly, and it's just pretty easy to do it. I mean, it's just rolling a brush up and down. But yeah, I mean, these walls here, the wood, it's not actually dented. It looks like it's got holes in it and stuff, but it's actually just covered in dirt. As these used to actually be for military boxes carrying missiles and everything, which is why they've been a bit beaten around the edge, but I got it for free, so I'm really not complaining one bit, and once to be painted it's fine. And then we can get the floor in after painting. That is heavy. So the idea for this floor is I was going to have the concrete, but the concrete just isn't that good quality. So these are my best options. The biggest issue with this is the price. One of these sheets costs £5. It's a lot of sheets. It's a lot of sheets. So in total, I think I estimated it's going to be around £720. But first things first is I've got to get everything cleaned and sorted out in here so we can actually lay down that floor. So this floor is basically like a big giant puzzle, and is just as boring as a big puzzle as well. But having said that, it is also pretty satisfying. finally this part of the workshop is getting some love and attention. This has basically just been used as like a storage unit while the new part of the workshop has been built. And yeah, I can finally modernize it a bit, bring it in with the other one and make it look all clean. I've now done as much flooring as I possibly can do, and I'm out of tiles, so I've got to get some more tiles. Bearing in mind it's £5 tile, and I think I'm at £800 worth of tiles now. So yeah, not cheap. But yeah, I've got the rest of the floor done over here as well. So this is for the fabricating area, and what I've used here is just the garage floor paint, and that's to protect the floor, because obviously when welding with hot metal and stuff, if sparks got onto that or any hot metal goes into that, then it will melt a hole through it. So this is just so the floor's protected. And I've also painted the workbench. All the rest of the workbench will be the same color. But yeah, it's looking really smart compared to what it used to be on these walls. But I've had a change of plan as well. So originally the workbench was gonna go down the side of this wall here, all the way down into that corner. However, if you can imagine a car being parked in here. Right, I'm just waffling at this point really, as I usually do. But basically what I'm saying is the workbench is going to go in a different place because it doesn't work where I thought it would before. Yeah, that's all you need to know. Thought I'd save you a bit of time, and I'm still going. But yeah, now I've done everything I can do with the floors, I'm going to start to put shelving up. I'm going to start putting shelving up on this wall over here so I can get all this junk around me, get it tidier in here basically. Righto, it is build door time, my favourite time. So these are going to be custom made because I can't find any online. This is my first time building these doors, to be fair. I just saw a YouTube video online and thought it looks pretty easy, so this is my attempt at that. And there we go, the doors are ready to go on. I'm actually pretty chuffed with that, to be fair. I feel like a real carpenter. Yeah, learned something new. Right, I've now finished up doing the double doors, so I have to protect everything in the rain now. I'm really chuffed with them, to be honest. They're not finished, but this is just for now. I just want to keep the rain out and everything like that, really. And obviously locks and other things like that will come as well. Okay, so pretty much now that all the flooring is in, it's time to actually start doing the workbenches. So I've opted instead to basically just have sort of shorter shelving like this, so there's much room. And then what I'm gonna do is actually move the workbenches up to the workbenches and everything are gonna be at the back here, so the working stations are all sort of out the way in its own little secluded area. Yeah, still a couple more flooring panels to go in and whatnot, but yeah, it's getting there. So today, yeah, gonna get on with building the workbenches and see how we get on. Also gonna be painted the same color, this blacky blue color. Everything's matching. Let's get cracking then. Days ago, when I didn't have much money, I thought the best idea to do would be to buy a mini motorbike for 50 quid, and I thought, why not? Its purpose is literally just to go on the wall. I thought it'd be quite cool just have like a little gimmick, and yeah, it's 50 quid, you can't go wrong. But it's sick. It's got this little like copper tank. Apparently this used to be like a foot warmer back in the day or something weird like that, I don't know. But I think that would be cool, just up on the wall, just kind of sit there. Maybe in the future I'll do something with it, but I just think it's pretty damn awesome, to be honest. Just something to look at, you know. I mean, just put the helmets up. I will add more stuff that goes on, just cooler stuff to pimp this place out a bit. But for now, I think that is some pretty good pickup, 50 quid. When I say poor financial decision, this project is literally draining me dry of money. But fear not, for there is a kid's motorbike on the wall, so everything is okay. Voila, I mean, yeah, that's perfect. Alright, it is actually workbench time. Now we're going to start it. Got a little bit distracted there. Time to slap a bit of varnish on. Look at that, that was only £60 worth of wood. And that looks professional as hell. I mean, that the blue with the dark oak now, I think that looks amazing. A little bit of storage underneath here, and then along here you can have boxes that can come out with drawers and whatnot. And then probably in the future have cupboard doors along here. But that's the perfect height. And then I also made sure this corner here was sort of rounded off, just because if, you know, a car's here and I'm trying to get past, it's sort of easier, and it blends in with the cupboards, and it meets up with them. Sorry, not the cupboards, the shelves. In these two boxes here is the lift. I mean, this thing is 400 kilograms, it's just half a ton. But luckily I had all my friends around, and yeah, we just lifted it in. I wish I got a video of it, because it was pretty hilarious. Everyone's pretty drunk. So it took a while, but it's here. Next thing to do is going to start assembling it, and hopefully, yeah, start to use it today. Right, so supposedly everything is put together now. It wasn't actually too hard. It's just one hydraulic line bolting up this thingy carrier. The lift's actually mobile, which is really good, so you can actually use this clip-it on to move it about the place. And then you put the little bit things on there. So yeah, can't lie, I'm a little bit nervous. I don't normally get nervous, but it's got a little bit weighty. Here goes nothing. Yeah, so unfortunately I need to upgrade the fuse in the actual main box, but once that has to be done, I think it will be fine. Back to the drawing board. It's not a drawing board, but it is a tool board, and this is basically just to make everything in the workshop a bit cleaner, so I know where all my tools are, because, well, I lose them all the time, so this is going to help out a lot. Also chucked in a cheeky little shelf on the side, and also in the fabrication area a tool organisation board as well. And that brings us to part 3 of my dream workshop build. This has been an amazing journey. I've never done anything like this before. It was a real challenge, but enjoyed every single part of it and spent so much money, but it's always been worth it. This is all I've ever wanted, really, is my own big workshop where I can fit cars, and I've done it. And this is the journey of many more projects. It's so exciting, and yeah, it's been amazing. I will be posting my next project soon. It is a classical German whip, which I'm going to be doing a lot of work to. It should be good fun, but documenting the whole of that as well. So yeah, subscribe if you want to. Should be pretty cool.